Hey guys, it's Josh Mason. I'm coming at you from Fan Expo Chicago, and we're going to be here all weekend covering the show floor. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe to Mason Studios on YouTube. All right, guys, Josh Mason again here at Fan Expo Chicago, and right now I'm joined with Mr. Mark Rolston. Did I pronounce your name right, sir?
Absolutely, yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, you are the star of one of my all-time favorite movies, Aliens, arguably one of the greatest sci-fi action films ever made. How exactly did you come across that role when you got cast?
Well, living in London, I trained there, and then, got a call to go meet someone. It was Gail Ann Hurd. I just come off a movie called Revolution with Al Pacino, and I actually told the biggest yarn of my entire life and made it sound like I had the next biggest role to Al Pacino. And it worked.
Obviously, this is a very beloved film to a whole lot of people. Do you have one specific memory from shooting the movie that really stands out to you? Maybe something funny that happened or something some of the other cast said?
Well, I don't know, funny, but we were well trained by some British SAS guys, and just how to be in formation, how to cover a building, how to cover each other. But the one memory I do have is when our APC, they were doing a long tracking shot and it lost its brakes and went hurtling toward the director and the DP. They leapt out of the way the last second and it hit the end of the building, and suddenly century-old asbestos started raining down from the ceiling, and Sigourney jumped into action and halted production. They got a hazmat team out to make sure it was all clear, but that was only 20 minutes worth, and I was like, maybe I hope one day in the future I'm not having a lawsuit against 20th Century Fox for asbestos poisoning.
Right. Yeah, never a dull moment, I'm sure, on the set of that movie. I'm curious, though, what your opinion is on some of the other films in the Alien franchise. Alien 3, Resurrection, Covenant, there's the recent Romulus.
I loved, what's the one with Michael Fassbender, the first one?
That's Prometheus.
I love Prometheus. I love Prometheus. I made the mistake of watching number 3. That was very disappointing. And consequently didn't watch anything else until I went to see Romulus this summer. Enjoyable, nothing special really. Some great action sequences. I love the thing I love most, the way they treated the acid for blood, like melting through steps of steel. But quite frankly, I thought the character development was really poor and the dialogue flat out sucked.
Yeah, I think we're...
Just to be blunt.
Yeah, no, I like blunt. That's honesty. People appreciate honesty. And I think we're pretty much in agreement with most of that. You also worked on a little video game, Spider-Man, playing the role of, I believe, Norman Osborn, correct? What was your experience like working on that video game?
I love working on video games. For me, as a classically trained actor, it's like doing theater in the round. We're about to do Spider-Man 3, which I know the fans will be excited to hear, and probably won't be out for another year and a half, 2 years, but sadly Sony was hacked and they stole all the concept art for 3, so they had to retool everything, but finally we're back up and running. It's funny to regard the fact that games is a bigger industry than the movie industry.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, it actually makes more money annually than the film industry does.
And that tells you what a lot of people are doing. And but for me, it's the same sort of medium, really. You're going and you're doing scenes, creating a character. Even though, in Spider-Man, they do a 4K capture of my face, which is great. So it is my face and my performance. But the iteration of camera they use still makes the body movements a bit wooden. However, I just did a virtual reality game, which was released last year, called Batman Arkham Shadow, which won the video game Oscar for virtual reality, whatever. Love doing that, but that's even more challenging because in VR, you can't edit. You can't splice scenes because you interrupt the VR. So you need real actors to be able to come in and do 8-10 page scenes in a oneer. So I love that challenge, and we did it, and I play Commissioner Gordon in that. And we're about to start the second VR game shortly.
Well, I'm very excited about everything you got coming up. I was a huge fan of those first two Spider-Man games, so I can't wait for the next one. Thought your performance was great. Very last question I have for you, because I'm a big movie buff, love movies. My whole life revolves around film. So if you're stuck on a desert island, and I guess it's a magical desert island that has electricity on it, what are the top movies you're going to take with you?
Well, my favorite movie of all time is a movie called Children of Paradise. It's regarded, Les Enfants du Paradis, it's regarded as the greatest French film ever made. It was shot during the German occupation of France. How they did that, I have no idea, but they have casts of thousands in some scenes. Beautifully, beautifully acted. It's classic in that it's set in and around the theater. So me being a theater actor, I was drawn to that. And that film, Apocalypse Now, is my number 2.
That's a good one.
And after that, it's like there's a host of films. I mean, and some of which are my own. I mean, Shawshank, arguably one of the best. Godfather, of course. But Children of Paradise. If somebody wants to watch a film made in the early '40s, it's stunning. And some of the acting, like, in fact, the one character who plays like the villain in the piece. The character's name is Lassinaire, like larceny, and that guy inspired me in terms of like playing bad guys, which I've done a lot. But beautifully shot, black and white. Cinema is a wonderful thing. I mean, sadly, I'm old enough to have seen the shift, and I think I lived through part of the American heyday of American cinema. But it certainly shifted of late, and if you like DC and Marvel, you're good to go. But if you want to see like good old-fashioned stories and acting, few and far between.
That's true. Well, thank you so much for talking with me. It's been an absolute honor. And like I told those guys, thank you guys so much for coming to these events. It means a lot to us, the fans, to get to meet you guys, because, these movies mean a lot to people. So to get to meet you guys and hear the behind-the-scenes stories and everything just really means the world to us. So I hope you guys will continue coming to events like this, and we look forward to seeing more of your work in the future. So, yeah, thank you. All right, thanks, guys. We got more coverage of Fan Expo Chicago coming your way right after this.